Hello， 大家好，感谢关注江江 Victoria。在这里，如果你对中文感兴趣，想了解中国文化，又想知道在中国的日常生活是什么样子的话，那么请跟我一起学习中文，了解中国文化吧。
Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Victoria. Last video, I introduced some figures in Chinese myths and legends. Today, I'd like to talk about some thinking that influenced Chinese national a lot. Today's video is really worthy to be watched because it can help you how to make friends with Chinese people more properly. Actually, if you want to teach or study in China someday, you want to learn about Chinese, or even you want to make friends with local Chinese people, you must need to know the thinking way that we preferred at first. As well know, the Chinese language is a high contact language. That means some context doesn't mean what is said in a conversation, but have other deep meanings. For example, someday you send a present to some Chinese friends. Maybe the answer you received are as follows. 你太客气了，我实在是太不好意思了，下次请不要破费了。Something like this. In this short conversation, maybe have several meanings. Number one, they like your presents, but they understand that the gift costs you a lot, so they worry about you and don't want you to spend a lot of money next time. Maybe some elders and closer friends will have these feelings because they want you to save money for yourself. Number two, they want to use this way to accept a gift. That's a polite way to express sex.Maybe your relationship are not so close or even some strain that will happen like this. Number three, it is definitely possible that they don't like your gifts. Just to be polite, maybe they don't want to receive your gifts anymore next time. So it needs to be judged based on the relationship between yourself and the purpose of yourself sending the present at that time.So maybe some foreigners will say, wow, it's so difficult. I don't know how to communicate with Chinese. Sure, Chinese language is one of the most difficult language in the world. Actually, if foreigners can understand our thinking way or what causes our thinking mode, you may have the confidence to make friends with Chinese and communicate with Chinese more properly. If we mentioned about our thinking mode, the Confucius and the Confucianism must be known. In more than 5,000 years history of China, the way of thinking is actually influenced by the Confucianism. So today, let's see it. So first of all, who's Confucius? Confucius was a remarkable thinker, educator, politician in ancient China, living in the spring and autumn period. As a great educator, Confucius made no social distinctions in teaching. He advocated that everyone is equal before education. In Chinese, 有教无类. He championed the principle of teaching students in accordance with their aptitude. In Chinese, 因材施教. He is the founder of the Confucian school at that time. Even today, many countries have set up Confucius Institute to study Chinese. He taught more than 3,000 students in his life, and about 72 of whom were most outstanding, and 10 were considered philosophers. He was called by later generations the perfect saint. Confucius' own teachings are preserved in the Confucian Analytes that were compiled by his disciples. Confucian Analytes is a book that most Chinese kids will read when they are young. So what's Confucianism? The philosophy of Confucius, also known as Confucianism, it has been the mainstream of Chinese ideology, politics, and culture in ancient China. Benevolence is a core concept and the height of ethical codes. Ritual, righteousness, loyalty, forgiveness,
value piety, love, and the doctrine of the mean. They are the code of conduct and norm of morality of Chinese people all the time. The core concept of his political philosophy are benevolence in Chinese 仁 and ritual in Chinese 礼. He argued that the best government is the one that rules through rights and the people's natural morality.
The Confucian tradition was instrumental in shaping Chinese social relationship and moral thoughts. The courteous, the friendly, gentle, the honest, the earnest, and tolerant, and industrial temperament of Chinese people has also attributed to the education of Confucianism. Chinese pay more attention to the peace. Peace is an insignificant word in our eye, no matter in a conversation or in daily life. We always seek to find a peaceful way to solve problems and achieve the bilateral profits. We have these ideas by the influence of the moderation. We prefer peace to conflict, so sometimes we will not use words or sentence to express something directly to avoid some troubles. So the listeners need to know more deep meanings. Of course, it varies from person to person, not absolute, based on their characters or habits. As for foreigners, if you know the Chinese culture, you may communicate with Chinese more easily.
The following is the Mandarin time. Let's learn Mandarin together. Number 1, 孔子孔子公孔箕子孔子。孔子是中国历史上非常著名的思想家、教育家和政治家，对吧？大家一定要记住。Number 2， 儒家儒家。那么孔子的学说呢，就形成了这个儒家思想，也就是我们所说的 Confucianism。Number 3， 有教无类。有教无类。What does this mean? What does 有教无类 mean? It means no social distinctions in teaching and that everyone is equal before education. 有教无类，它也是孔子所提出的这个思想其一哈，就是有教无类。Number 4， 因材施教。因材施教。What does this mean? 因材施教指的就是说对受教育者的具体情况去进行不同的教育。It means we need to teach students in accordance with their aptitude. 因材施教，它也是孔子所主张的这个思想之一哈。Number 5， 仁的 benevolence， 仁。The last one， 礼，乐一礼。The ritual， it means 礼。好了，所以以上呢就是一些关于孔子和儒家思想的一些重点的关键词，可能会有一些难度，但是希望大家在本期的视频中呢，可以简单的了解一下，并且学会用汉语去怎么说这些。
Even today, the technology develops a lot and bring our convenience to communicate with each other, but there still some cultural differences need to know. If you want to make friends or do business with Chinese more easily, respect is always in the first place. It's just like that we also need to respect other culture as well. Be inclusive. Cultural diversity exists that the world can be more interesting and colorful. Please believe most of people are kind and nice, no matter in what countries. Up to now, have you got some simple understanding of Chinese thinking mode? Have you got the influence of Confucianism towards Chinese people in history? I don't know who will see my channel someday, but if you like, you can leave a comment below to talk with those ideas that influence your national culture more. So let's learn together. 好啦，我们今天的视频内容就到这里就结束了，然后我们下期再见喽！喜欢的朋友欢迎订阅关注哦 ，See you。